honestly, the amount of times I have to record, like re-record the intros to these videos because I say something cringy or not funny, or say something not funny and then just start like digging a really deep hole is ridiculous. So I'm just gonna start off really, really easy and go, "Hi, my name is Riley J, and today we're talking about identity." Now, I want to talk about identity today because I feel like it's something in the trans community that isn't spoken about very much, and it's also something that I've been suffering with a little bit, like identity issues. I've been suffering with that for like a year now, a solid year, ever since that I really came out. And like you kind of come out, and but like you come out, but like nothing changes. Anyway, for me, like you come out, nothing changes, right? Like you still wear the same clothes. You might start experimenting with like bras, or like I mean like you already start experimenting with bras before coming out, but like now you're allowed to. Like it doesn't feel socially unacceptable to anymore. Well, the social acceptability has gone up just slightly. Maybe it's still not socially acceptable, but it's going up in the positive direction. So yeah, um, you kind of do that. Like you kind of start experimenting a little bit, and then like the whole world opens up to you. New clothes that you can wear, new outfits you can try on, new like different variations of stuff. It's just everything. It's so makeup, hairstyles, everything's so fun. Like like fucking cosmetic stuff, which is makeup. Like eyebrows, everything. It's so fun and exciting, but it's also really really scary because who are you supposed to be? Many in my experience being a trans girl, you you go through, not me, but like a girl, a female, a cis female goes through this sort of stuff, like the finding out who they are around 8 to 12, and then like from 12 they've got like a general idea of who they are, and then by like 15, 16, they've really developed their own style. Well, they've developed a style that is kind of influenced by society and their environment, and then by like after 16, 17, like they start to really develop their own unique style. Well, that's the kind of routine many cis females go through. But for us trans females, if we are if we start around 20, 18 to 20, maybe you could even start really late like me, 21, then you kind of have to do that while also being an adult. You have to discover all that sort of what your style is. Like you have to discover like how to do all this stuff, like makeup, hair, like the routines, skincare, everything. You have to discover all of this with an audience. And by an audience, I mean parents, colleagues, like friends, family, everyone. Everyone just expects you to already know how to do all this because like for me, I'm 22, and if I present as female, how does a 22-year-old female not know how to do their own makeup, not know how to not have their hair sorted? Like what the fuck is this? Not have like a really rigorous skincare routine, um, not know like what sort of fashion they're like really into because they're still discovering it. It's like it can be really really intense, and there's like an expectation that we put on ourselves, not just society, to already have all this figured out. And quite frankly, no one has it figured out. Girls don't really have it figured out. They're still learning. They're just a lot more advanced than us. And I say girls, I mean cis females. Um, um, and maybe that utterance, that phrase there, girls don't have it figured out, maybe that kind of indicates where I'm at in the world, in my journey at the moment. I still don't really, I still don't, I believe myself to be lower than that yet. I don't feel like I've earned womanhood yet. Um, and so that's a journey. And that's really the message of this video. We are all on a journey. You do not need to live up to society's expectations of you as a woman, as a man, as a trans woman, as a trans man, as a non-binary individual. But that's kind of a little bit lighter because people don't really know what to expect with non-binary individuals. But you do not need to live up to any of that, because you are a unique being. And I know it's like the most oversaid thing, like you, like no one does you better than you, but it's true. But that message kind of gets lost when you begin to transition and when society sees you as a trans person. They just suddenly have all these expectations of you. Oh, if you're a trans girl, you suddenly like everything pink and girly. I do not like pink and girly. I like some things that are pink. I like some things that are girly. But like, I'm not the girliest girl. I do not like the pink everything. And but society thinks I do. And that's just bullshit. Because I'm not the girliest person and I never will be. And my sisters, my cis sisters, that's a wordful, that's a mouthful. They are not the girliest girls. So why would I be? And I really like that they're not, because they give me validity. If my little sister, who's like 16 now, if she can um if she can be valid as a female and also not kind of live up to all these stereotypes that girls have to wear dresses and they have to be really polite and all this other really old fashioned stuff, then I shouldn't have to. And that makes me really happy. So yes, don't feel like you need to live up to anyone's expectations. Don't feel like you need to have everything figured out, because I'm still on my own identity journey, trying to figure out who Riley J is, who I am, and just enjoy the ride. I spoke to someone a few weeks ago. We were walking around Primark, and they were asking me why I was getting so kind of happy about everything, so giddy. And I kind of pointed to a rack, just a single rack of, I think it was tops, hoodies, something like that. And I said, imagine, we're in a big Primark. There's like 3 floors of just females' clothing. I said, imagine if you could only shop, you could only buy from that one rack there. And then imagine someone says to you that you can now buy from the entirety of the next 3 floors. So this rack, all the racks on this floor, and then 2 more floors up. How would that make you feel? Think of the opportunities. Think of the freedom. Think of all the new exciting things that you could do with all that extra clothes, all those extra options. That is what I am going through right now. I suddenly have all this new stuff, and it can be overwhelming. Makeup is amazing, but like, what the fuck? There's like a million different of everything. There's like liquid foundation and powder foundation, I believe. There's eyeliner, and there's eyebrow pencils, and there's eyebrow everything. There's just so much stuff, and it can be overwhelming. But understand that you do not need to know everything. If you start to develop a kind of a fascination for makeup and want to get into it a little bit more, then do that. Find out more about makeup and use it more and stuff like that, and eventually you'll learn. But don't feel like you have to know it. I know a few girls that have no idea, like, how to do makeup, and that's fine. Um, yeah. So just do you, be happy, and yeah, just enjoy the ride. It's not about the destination. You don't need to be there right now. Enjoy the ride, because us trans peoples, we get a really cool experience. It's really distressing to spend a long time in a different body. Well, not in a different body, but in a body that we don't really identify with. And then we get to kind of like, as adults most of the time, we get to then experience that, right? Like, we experience the other point of view, and then we transition, and then we learn about the whole new point of view, and all the challenges that they face, and all the advantages that they have, and the clothing opportunities, and just everything. It's fun. So see it as fun, because that's what it is. It sucks, but life sucks most of the time. So if you only think about the negative, then you're gonna miss the really cool ride that we're going on, all of us together. And that's what you have to understand as well. There's always help there. More than likely, you have friends that can help you. You have family that might be able to help you, and if not, you've got Reddit, you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook. There are many, many groups for anything that you're going through. And if you ask people, they more than likely will help you. People love to feel important. People love to help people most of the time, because it makes them feel important. It makes them feel useful. It gives them a purpose for just a moment in life. And people crave that. So you'll be doing them a favour. And to see your progress will be a big reward for them, more than likely. So ask your peers, and just relax and enjoy the ride. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next Friday. Riley out.